Hey, I'm back. How are you all? Merry Christmas. Hope you're all well. I see there's a few of you in already. I hope you can hear me and see me and all that kind of stuff. All good. It's been a while. I've had to blow the dust off the streaming gear. So this evening, or this morning, whatever time it is near you, I've got some special guests for you. Is the music too loud? Let's turn the music down a little bit. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think it was a little bit loud. Yeah, so we've got some special guests today, and we're going to be, talking about the future, talking about what's happened this year as well, and just, generally hanging out during the festive season. What I'll do is I will post a little link in the chat right now. So if you'd like to join me as well for a little chat, then I don't see a reason why not. Let me just add it. There we go. So let me see, who have we got in the chat? Can I pin this? Maybe in a minute. Okay, we have got... God, it's been a while since I've done this. I am hoping to get a little bit more regular on the streaming again, but I've been taking a break. We've got Build a Niche sites here. Carl is here. Carl the Eagle. Good to see you, Carl. I've got Doug in the chat. I've also got Doug... on the line, so I'm going to bring him in a minute. We've got Chris from Niche Safari and Chris Thornton. We've got Abdul Kabir. We've got CPA Marketeer, Electronic Earnings. We've got Marcus. We have got Peter, Richest Domains, and Samuel 2. Did the music stop? There we go. I'll probably only run it twice to get sick of this Christmas music. Tosh is here as well. Samuel, good to see you all. If you want me to give you a shout out, just say something in the chat right now. So yeah, let's bring on our first guest. I think that'd be a good thing to do. He's a friend of the show. He's been a friend of the channel. He's been on a number of times. It is, of course, Doug. Hey, Doug, how are you?
Great. How are you doing, man?
Good. Where are you?
I'm deep in the mountains of Colorado. So it's a town called Ouray. It's amazing here. It looks like another world.
It does. What's the weather like? Is it cold?
It's a little chilly. It's probably like, I don't know, 35, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. But I'm in the sun, so I'm like super warm. This morning it was very cold. So yeah, it goes through ranges, and I'm just like surrounded by mountains out here.
Cool. So how long are you up there for?
Yeah, just a few days. We're heading back tomorrow. So, there's Georgie making an appearance there.
Guest appearance, perfect. So how's this year been for you, with all the things that have happened?
Great. Overall, yeah, great overall. I was going to say that at the beginning of the year, it'd be interesting. I typically don't do this, but it'd be interesting to listen to what I said, what I thought in the very beginning of the year and how it shifted. So I think the big thing, which everybody will probably talk about, AI and how it's changed things, and then Google reacting to AI as well. So those were big areas, and I changed my mind about a lot of things as I got more experience and more information and stuff like that. But yeah, good year overall. And the other piece, I have another show where I talk about personal finance and financial independence, and that's been great. A lot of fun on that side of it. And I've sort of like branched out more and leaned into that portion of it. So yeah, I'm excited for things next year as well. But yeah, this year, great. I had a fun time.
So you said something changed in your mindset regarding AI. I mean, you were quite against AI in the beginning, I seem to remember. And I guess now you're a little bit more for it?
Yeah. Exactly. And there were so many live streams and other times where I was saying, oh, you know what, the AI content is garbage. And then ChatGPT just about 1 year ago came out, at least in the sort of iteration that we're more familiar with. And it was doing much better. We had 3.0 and then 3.5 and then 4.0, and it got better and better to the point where I don't think I'm a daily user of ChatGPT, but when I'm doing a little research, when I'm organizing, when I want to save a little bit of time, I found a great few ways to use ChatGPT and other AI to just save time on trivial tasks. And I think there'll be more and more of that most likely. Now, from a content standpoint, I'm not sure it's quite there. Although we have plenty of examples where people publish a huge amount of content and they're ranking, they're getting traffic, they're earning money. But I think that's just a flash in the pan. I don't think that's going to last. So yeah,
Probably not a long-term plan.
from your perspective, you saw me flip flop. What did you think of all that when I changed my mind?
Well, I thought that was going to be inevitable. I understand your concerns about content. I completely agree. I don't think that's a long-term strategy, especially when Google and the other search engines start to serve AI answers quickly and efficiently over actually, website results. I'm interested to find out what menial tasks or little tasks you've been using AI to help you with.
So for podcast research, for example, so let's say I'm going to interview you. Typically what I'll do, because I don't want a completely vanilla set of questions or an outline, but let's say I tell ChatGPT, I'm going to interview Alex. We're going to talk about using AI. Here are 3 topics I want to discuss. Here are 5 questions. What else should I ask? What are other topics? And then it'll fill in the gaps, maybe where I missed a few things. So that kind of thing where it just does a more thorough job, like kind of right off the bat, helps me out. And let's say we get a transcript, right? I use Descript these days,
Yeah.
get a transcript of our discussion, and then I can follow up and even say, what did we miss? Like, what else could we talk about if we interview another time? Or I can say, give me a blog post so that it's 300 words. And for people that don't want to listen to us talk for an hour and a half, they can just read it in 5 minutes and get all the high points. So little things like that, which are perfect for ChatGPT, and it's in our own words. So I would not worry about AI detection or anything like that, because it's literally the things that we talked about. It's our ideas.
Yeah.
So those are great.
That's a great one. I've been using AI quite a lot to help me change or convert my videos into articles. And you're right, it uses your own words and it's very readable and it's great. It's great. Obviously, a little bit of editing. Right, I've got some more guests that I want to bring in, and we'll all hang out together. We have got Carl. Wake up, Carl. Ooh, there he is.
Hey, how we doing?
Good. I've also got Ron here. Hey, Ron. Oh, is he moving? You're muted, Ron.
Hello.
Oh, good. Good to see you. I don't know if I can add any more because I've got Rick here as well. Can I get another one on? Hey, Rick, how are you?
Hey guys, Merry Christmas.
I was just talking to Doug about what's happened this year. We were talking about AI. Just quickly from each of you, then I'm going to go around and catch up with each of you individually. What do you think is going to be the big use of AI next year? Let's start with you, Ron, because you've been playing around with it quite a bit.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm super delayed on my end. I had to change my office. Whole long story.
Okay. Well, you seem pretty good
Okay,
here.
sorry, Alex. What was the question? Sorry.
What's going to be the one big use of AI next year?
Destroying all website owners? No, by Google. No, I wouldn't say that's not that quick on the horizon. I think. Oh God, that's a good question. I think that we're going to see a big increase with obviously a lot of people publishing more content with AI, because the way that I've talked, Doug, Alex, I've talked to you guys a lot about this. It's exponential. It's going to keep being exponential. So what we see today is garbage compared to what we'll see in probably 6 months to a year. So I think people will keep pushing AI content. as much as possible. I think that's going to be a thing. I think that we're going to start seeing, and I don't know when this is going to happen, but possibly next year we'll start seeing it like video AI. I think is going to become much more of a thing. Instead of just the images that they're doing now, they're going to start being able to animate that stuff and maybe do scenes. I know some companies are working on it. I think that's probably the next big thing is the video AI.
You think people will want to watch AI generated videos? I mean, are we going to go as far as AI, feature films and movies and that kind of thing?
I think it could eventually get there. Definitely not by next year. But I don't think people would want to necessarily watch that. And I think it'll be just like ChatGPT in the beginning, where it's pretty obvious in the beginning that it's AI. But I think eventually, just like the writing is becoming, I don't think people will know some of this, like some of the stuff. I think if they could splice in AI scenes, I could see that all happening for sure. Not next year though, but I think that'll be the next big thing. Will be video AI. I think it's going to be on the horizon.
Okay, let me just bring Theo in. Hey, Theo.
Hey,
you're live.
How's it going, everyone?
Please don't swear.
Okay.
Yeah, good. So let me move that question to Carl. What do you think? What are you going to be using AI for next year?
Well, I'm just going to follow up with Ron there. What he said is my biggest fear last year with AI was for blogging content was for overrunning and overpowering Google, which I think we've seen a lot of that. Obviously, Google's crawl budget getting swept up and used up very quickly, and Google's struggling. And I think, like I say, following up with what Ron said, I think video is going to be seriously in their eyes. Anybody who's developing, there's so many AI video tools now already out there. I've seen some, I've tested some, they are incredible. But I wonder if, the purpose of those is going to be for YouTube, in which case YouTube's going to have the same issues Google has. It's going to be overrun with AI generated videos. They've already said now, designed something that's going to really, really go after YouTube videos that's got AI voiceovers. That is, they always said before, as long as it was good content, again, it was going to be fine. But now they've said, no, it's getting out of hand. So I think YouTube's going to follow down the same route as Google. I think they're going to struggle once all these AI video editing tools, really progress. I think people are going to use them if they can on YouTube to make money. And I think YouTube's going to struggle. So it's a vicious circle, really.
Yeah, I hate those AI voiceover things. Okay, who's next? Theo, what do you think about AI, and what are you going to be using it for next year?
I'm going to be using it mostly to outsource most of my social media. I think with all this AI that's coming in, I think that social media is going to be more important than pretty much anything to actually market everything that you're putting out there to get traffic, conversion, everything like that. So I'm training a bunch of GPTs at the moment to basically outsource all my social media. So I do about 30 days worth of social media posts on every single social media now for the websites I'm trying to get the highest conversion in. And then I basically just train it to the point that I can just give it a link and then it spits out the answer. So for me personally, I'm using AI for social media mostly. Outside of that, all my content for my membership website, that's all done by human, completely zero AI for that. As for my revenue websites from adverts, we're still using AIs for that, just heavily human edited. I think it's going to get to a point where you have to have the literal products you're talking about. You have to have like a video with it. You have to have a picture with it. Like you have to have real, I've got this product. I'm not just talking out my ass type thing.
I find it slightly weird to use it for social media. So you're going to have a robot basically posting on your behalf, acting like you, sounding like you, and then people are going to be engaging with that.
Exactly.
I'm guessing that you go back through and will reply to comments and that kind of stuff. The robot won't do that, no?
Exactly, yeah. So one of the things that I do is I have a really specific speech pattern when it comes to my gaming YouTube channel, as an example, and I've trained it to use those speech patterns, like "What's up, gaming heroes?" That I have it say that every single time, in every single post to begin with. That ends the exact same way. It uses the same imagery, because I like using imagery in the way I talk, and I've trained it to talk as if it's from England as well.
Okay.
So I train it with everything I possibly can, so that it replicates me in the best way possible. Obviously, it won't do the replies and everything like that, but it will outsource loads of my work, loads and loads of my work, because just getting one membership for me is like £9. So if I have something going out 3 or 4 times a day and that turns into like 1 to 5 memberships a day, that's going to be a lot of money, and I might not have enough time to keep up with all of these social media posts. So AI is like the perfect tool to take over that, basically.
Okay. Right, I've got Jamie. I don't know, is there any more room? Hey, Jamie, how are you? I like the hat. At least someone made an effort.
Good. I thought, I'd come in and show everyone up. As soon as I went as a guest and I saw no one had come Christmassy, I thought, right, lads, let's get it in. Let's get proper.
Get the hat on.
Let's Santa styling. How's it going, everyone? We good?
Good,
Hey,
yeah.
Jamie.
We're talking about
Hey,
AI,
Jamie.
of course.
Yeah.
Just getting your take on everyone's take on what's going to happen next year with AI. I mean, is it going to replace us? It sounds like it's going to replace us on social media. It's going to be writing the content. It's going to be helping with some of the more menial tasks. Where do you see it going next year?
Like every 5 days you get something new that means that you've got something the more automatable. Like, for example, we saw Midjourney change today, and to me, that hit the level where like the average person will not be able to tell the difference between like a travel scene and a real scene. And so
I didn't see
like,
that. What
thinks-
happened today?
I think it's version 6 came out, and just some examples I've seen in some of the Slack groups that I'm in. People have got it to do crazy realistic stuff, and so everyone holds these sort of things dear to them that are only like the bastion of like human creation, and every single like week, month, year, whatever new stuff comes along, and then you just have to like adjust to that as it comes and do it how it is there. So like before ChatGPT, you had to have a VA do like captions, like unless you just wanted the title of your article, if you were like Zapier automating like stuff like that. And now you can use something more creative and get emojis and prompt it to be like more scalable, more promptable, more like more automatable, and then you have to just keep adding those things to your toolkit and trying to hope that you're ahead of everyone else, build the systems, build the things that are more difficult to replicate, so that the stuff that's easy to replicate aren't your only unique selling points.
Makes perfect sense. There's still going to be a need for humans developing stuff and doing great things, I'm sure. We shouldn't worry. So who have I not asked? Rick, give us a quick thought on AI for next year, please.
I love AI. AI is great for like generating content ideas, and that's why I mainly use it for. I'm still barred from Google Bard, so that limits me on some things. But I agree about the YouTube thing. These tools are so widely available now that anybody can go on and randomly create stuff and throw it on. So I am concerned, especially like AI voice now is crazy. You can take 30 seconds to 60 seconds of someone's voice and literally make it so it can say anything in their voice. Videos are now great. So yeah, if you guys remember content spinners, I think you guys all do. It just, as soon as content spinners came out, the whole internet just got flooded with just junk. I think that's going to happen this year, unfortunately. I mean, AI is a great tool when used correctly, but I think a lot of people are just going to go on, use these tools, and just like hash out junk.
Just spam it. Just use it to spam everything out, and maybe make a few bucks on the way, but nothing too long term. In terms of making a few bucks, next year, what's going to be the trend in terms of actually making money online? What are you bullish about, and what do you think is maybe on the way out? I want to, before I come to the answers, raise the point of third-party cookies disappearing next year. I think that's going to happen for sure, especially with Chrome. And what kind of effect that's going to have on some of the things that we do online. I think particularly ads are going to be hit by that. But yeah, I want to know your thoughts on what you think is going to be still good for making money and what's maybe going to fall away. Doug, what do you think?
I don't know a ton about the third-party cookie stuff, but I think revenue will go down.
Just in general?
Yeah. And from a profitable area, I think, we talked about all the things that AI can do and areas where people are going to exploit it. I am focusing on things that I can do really well and things that are kind of immune to like algorithm updates and AI to some extent. So I'm thinking like all of our channels, the way we create content on YouTube, I'm not worried about us. Like we're coming up hopefully with some new ideas, maybe putting our new spin on some smart ideas from other people as well. And I think people will want to watch that. In best case, usually with AI, they're just regurgitating something else, maybe that we've said, right? So at least we're the original source of that. The other part is, we have third-party cookies, so ad revenue is going to get hit. Affiliate programs are always sort of suspect for like dropping commission rates, talking about Amazon, of course. And the thing is, I've consistently focused on my own digital products for a very long time. I've had my foot in a lot of different areas, but I'm going to keep going on with that. And it has been profitable for years. And I don't think AI will be able to replace that. So
No.
I'm thinking podcast, email list, YouTube. Those are the 3 areas I'm focusing on.
So good human content with personality and creativity. Your own digital products, people can't really touch that if it's a good product. But in decline ads, I think that's going to be maybe a common theme. Jamie, what are you thinking about next year in terms of where's the money going to be at? And where is it maybe not going to be at so much?
For diversification, I'm trying to sell up on some stuff. Like even if I still want to play the game and that, but I see no reason in not taking out like life-changing money and just be like, all right, whatever happens is a bonus, like without risking like what is like 99% of my net worth that isn't in cash, that's in monopoly money on websites. That's just not financially prudent. The same things are still more profitable on like real businesses like e-commerce, SEO, and like anything else you want to do that's a real business. And then if you want a back-end parasite affiliate on your own stuff, then fine. But like the way it's looking right now is they're just targeting content sites that aren't above a certain level of authority, and like there's not a lot that you can do against that unless you are like in that upper echelon, 1 in 10,000, whereas before you had to be the second or third out of like the 7 main in your niche. You've got to be the top 1 in 1,000 plus now to really escape these things, and it's pretty far reaching. And so it's difficult. You can still do it, but I would recommend, if you want to put the odds in your favor, that you do it on an e-commerce site that's getting like boosted by the same sort of things. Like the Lasso site's getting boosted for everything over the blogs that want to talk about affiliate marketing now, but my own sites are getting hit in favor of my own parasites that are taking me off that are worse quality. And so you can see the way it's going for that sort of site. I'm having a lot of fun still, just trying to make it so you've got real offers, real digital products, real funnels, and just like ways that you can keep people around. Expanding Pinterest. We've got YouTube channels spun up now that are doing decently well, and just trying to go different places, doing more Quora, doing more Pinterest, doing more Etsy. So it's interesting. It's still a fun game. Discover's going crazy. Like on some days we've done like 2.5 grand in a day just from one article going crazy. And so there's a lot of opportunities to go and do other stuff. It's just like productizing it and automating all the things, because if you spend all your time on one of these things, it'll probably go well, but when you've got like 1,000 options and your main option, the SEO side, is getting hit badly, you got to make the right calls with the limited 24 hours you got on a day. So for anyone listening, just find your thing that works and double down on it. Don't get stuck on like trying to do everything, because I've tried to do that and not been too effective on like any one of those avenues.
Yeah, a bit of focus is always good. So these things that you're doing, is that to drive stuff to your own products like Lasso, or is that for your sites as well, or is it a bit of both?
So yeah, this is all my own projects. Like the Discover stuff and Pinterest and everything else. It's just been trying to just drive legit traffic, then optimize for newsletters and then keep them around. Okay. I'm trying out the old Facebook paying likes, but I can't get it down to a level where it's profitable. Otherwise, I'll scale that as much as possible. Like if I have to pay like a load of money up front to have like 1 million likes and then like win that back over time, as long as they keep that good, I think that's a good diversification. I think that gets you a better multiple, because you just got more. It isn't just like Google search, like 99%. And so I'm trying to make prudent decisions for asset value and diversification, so it's less volatile.
And you've recently just come back from Thailand, right?
Indeed, yeah.
And I bet the people there, there were some big SEO guys there. They're all feeling fairly bullish about next year in terms of making tons of money again.
The feeling on Twitter is more negative than it is in Thailand.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a very true statement, I can imagine. So the vibe was generally very positive in Thailand, yeah?
Yeah, but remember, a lot of the affiliates, like casino affiliates, that don't really feel like they don't function. Like it's a whole different game when you get into like casino and adult and stuff. Like there's a lot of people that are not aware of what's happening like hobby affiliate sites.
Yeah, they're not promoting $10 products on Amazon, right?
No, and the valuation. Like, actually, no, I can't talk about it. But there's some wild stuff going on.
it's a whole another world. Cool. Ron, let's wake you up. Ron, what are you bullish about next year? You've been playing around with lots of different things, haven't you, recently? Trying to find your way,
right? I've been jumping around a lot of different things. I think, and I think it's kind of a shame at the moment. So if you were today being like, oh, I want to create a blog and just blog, not talking YouTube channel, and you're like, yeah, I want to start today, it's going to be really, really tough as things stand at the moment with the way that Google is, because I mean, I have a bunch of different sites. Some are going up. Those are mostly the all AI content ones, by the way, that are going up. And then the ones that have real content or human written content, whatever you want to call it, mostly have been hit, some up and down. In terms of bullish, I would say if you're looking to I just posted this on Twitter, I don't even know, yesterday, a few hours ago, I don't remember when it was. But if you're looking to make money in the near term, honestly, Parasite SEO, just hooking up with Reddit, LinkedIn Pulse, Quora, Jamie just talked about it. All those different things, it works. It works obscenely well. The hardest thing with somebody who's new is just getting accepted to the different affiliate programs. And you'd obviously want to get to high ticket affiliate programs. It's not really worth, pushing an Amazon product that you're going to get, 50 cents per conversion or whatever. But, so that's one thing. I mean, if you're looking in the near term, do I think that's really sustainable? No. I think that eventually Google will catch up to this. But when? Nobody has any idea when that's going to be. So I would say if you're looking to do more long-term just beyond next year, it comes down to still building a brand, as it really always should have, but diversifying traffic sources way more than just SEO. I think that, and Doug and Alex, you guys know, I've been very, very scared to death of AI and what it's going to do. And I think that it's just going to get worse for people who are site owners that are just relying on SEO, because AI is going to be pushing in more. And we're worried about our rankings now. Just wait till AI and, Google really pushes that even harder. So I think just diversifying your traffic sources and creating a brand, and going all in. The idea of just a little niche site on the side that makes a couple $1,000 a month that you barely touch. I don't know if that's really going to be a thing in the future. But there will still be brands out there. There will still be websites, but it's not just organic traffic anymore. You got to diversify beyond that, is the way I feel.
So do we ultimately think that it's harder now to make money online?
Not harder to make money online. It's harder to make money publishing information blogs. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Something that can be replicated. You can put one command in a tool that I've got and pump out 500 articles in 20 minutes. All informational content. So obviously that type of content, which niche sites have always kind of focused on, that's going to be very hard.
Yeah, I mean, let's just talk to Carl for a second. Carl, you've had a bit of a rough year especially towards the end of this year, because you did go all in on niche sites, and you invested a lot of time and money, and Google didn't appreciate that as much as maybe you'd have hoped with the recent updates.
Yeah, how dare Google not appreciate all my hard work?
So how are you feeling about next year?
Last 6 months, in the blogging space has absolutely sucked. Because I always kind of do my websites in the public eye to a degree, and this year I went with not revealing the domains, but I built 2 sites totally separately. So both within the travel niche, one built with content that was very story based and very unique, very viral content, very story based, no keyword research, just articles that you would expect to read in a magazine, a gossip magazine or something. All human written content, all from people who live in the area they're talking about. So all seems really good. The other travel website was done on a keyword basis. So doing the usual keyword research methods. Again, all human written content. Again, writers in a certain area. So if we were writing about Canada, it'd be a Canadian writer. And again, lots and lots of content, not all just information, a bit of mix of everything. Lots of backlinks thrown at it and everything. So I thought, I'm quite protected here. I've got 2 different types of websites, and both got hit. Both got hit exactly the same on the same day, the same amount of traffic drop, absolutely everything. So those two websites, absolutely suck. There was a lot of money gone into that because I could have put AI content on there, but I stayed away. I kept it all 100% original human written content, which is bloody expensive. Then a lot of money invested in those, and those got wiped out. Not only did they get hit in I think it was the October update, they got hit again when I thought it couldn't go any lower. They both got hit again. So they are almost flatlined. And we're talking, they were both getting around close to 100,000 page views on each site a month, and they're both pretty much flatlined.
So how does that leave you feeling for next year in terms of you focusing on something else? What are your plans?
So to make money, I mean, I've had to look at other ways to making money, and I'm quite positive and actually really looking forward to next year with some of the things I've found. I've actually found that a lot of the skills that you have with blogging and building a website and doing keyword research can translate into other, people say side hustles, you know what I mean? But they're not the full-time jobs, some of these things. So I'm really excited about some of the things I've found and some of the things I've tested that look like the skills that I've got and the team that I've got already that I've built up through the websites can be translated into these new projects. So I'm really looking forward to this. And they're not as costly as the blogs because, like I say, it was human written content. The invoices for that content rolled in every month. It was painful to pay those invoices when I know everybody else was doing AI content for pretty much next to nothing, and I could do that. I was still paying out thousands a month for human written content. So at least these new projects now are not going to be costly like that. They're a lot less risk.
Good. That's good to hear. I realised that I've disappeared off the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will get myself back. While I'm doing that, who's not had a go in terms of looking forward to next year?
I'll give it a shot.
Go, Rick, while I try and fix my camera.
Yeah. The delay's a little weird, but I think I got it. Carl, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I feel really sad about your situation. I personally believe that Google has killed content. With all the updates they've done, content is no longer king unless you have something very, very specific that nobody else has, like data, facts that no other website has. Otherwise, you're just, with everybody else out there in the internet. What seems to be working a lot better is forum style websites, communities, memberships, digital contents. Doug has great programs out there. In fact, I'm a student of one of his products. Those are the things I think that are next year are what bringing people together. And that's what's going to drive people to your site is making inclusive things that are unique for them.
Yeah.
Okay, I am still here.
Just going off what Rick says, I'm 100% with him there. I think memberships is going to be a massive part of making money in the future. Just purely going off just personality alone, it's too easy just to go out there and put out hundreds of thousands of articles using AI. The personal people who actually have a community or are in a niche where people really, really care about what they're writing about, those are the people that will be able to monetize that niche with memberships, exclusive content, being part of a club, part of a community where they can talk to each other and interact in like a really private space. It works really well in my niche, which is a gaming niche. And I think it could work in many, many, many other niches just like this. I've seen a lot of my competitors recently who run really high traffic websites about games, selling memberships just to remove adverts. And they've got massive amounts of members just signing up just purely so they don't have to deal with adverts, which is crazy to me. But either way, it works. But yeah, I think like just advertising money, it's gonna be tough for new people getting into that. If you've not already got a site set up that's pumping out the money, then I think it's gonna be really hard for you to get into it. I think a lot of us do have like video skills, so going to do well with that though. So you were saying, Carl?
I think it is a shame though, don't you think though, that Google, the way it's got a really hard job. Let's face it, Google's got a bloody hard job on its hands at the moment, dealing with everything that's going on. I can totally understand why they're trying new things. I can totally understand that they have to adapt and change, but it feels at the minute that you can't literally have a passion or a hobby or share your interests because nobody's going to see it. It's just not going to get any eyes on it. It's not going to get any rankings, and that's a shame, because that's what kind of the internet was always for. You always, you search for that information coming from somebody really genuine who isn't in it for the money, who just wanted to, actually share their thoughts and their passions. And it's a shame at the minute that it seems like there's no chance that you can do that. It's not even a case of, there's a little bit of a chance at the minute. It just seems like there is no chance you can just start a passion project now and get some eyeballs on it, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
It is. Hopefully things will change. I'm sure that Google are aware that their search results aren't quite right at the moment, and they're not delivering what people actually want. My camera's still not working.
Dialed in on a niche.
It's working. It's working, Alex.
Dialed in on a niche.
Oh.
Oh.
It's the wrong camera.
Oh, you swapped it, you mean?
We had that one of those looks.
Technology. One day I'll get the camera.
I'll jump in.
Yeah,
Carl,
jump
you
in.
were saying, people can't, or if you started something now, it's kind of a waste of time. But I disagree. It'll be the purist that actually give a shit, that actually start something now. So whenever things switch, I mean, I'm just making up an example, but like Google, and if let's say in like 3 to 5 years, they may not be the dominant search engine, right? What if Apple comes up with a search engine or something different, right? So we don't know what the future holds, or if someone were to just not focus solely on the written word and just have the blog as a piece of the puzzle, but then have a YouTube channel where their personality needs to come through, and then they'll stand out. Because it's hard to do these videos. People are nervous to get on camera and talk, and it's a lot of work, as we all know. So I think you'll have the purists. They'll start it anyway because they don't care about having ads or earning money from it. They're just doing it for fun, and then they'll find their way to the top, I suspect.
Yeah, I think if you're on about video content and communities and stuff like that, yeah, absolutely. But I'm on about just writing a physical, let's start a blog today. Let me just write a few passion posts, you know what I mean? And I'm just going to get my thoughts and feelings out there, even from qualified people. I know a lot of people who are really, really qualified in their field. They are not SEO experts. They're not doing it for financial reasons. They don't even have display ads on their websites, and they got smashed. So I'm just saying at the moment, just for written blog content, it's very difficult to get your information across and out there. You just even if it's just a really warm, heartfelt piece of content that is helpful and people are going to love to read it, it just won't get seen. It won't get indexed. It won't get ranked. It just won't get seen. If you're on about, like, say, building, YouTube channels and stuff, totally get it. Yeah, it's what I'm doing. I'm down. I've just set up about 3 new YouTube channels. It's exactly what I'm going to do. Very content that can't be replicated. Your personality comes across. Your passion comes across. That content's going to smash it. It really, really is. But it's a shame, like I said, that just the written blog is not going to do very well.
The authenticity is really important, I think, going off what Carl's saying there. The authenticity of being actually giving monkeys about what you're writing about is so, so important, especially for an audience that are going to potentially give you money for whatever product you're selling, whether it's affiliate marketing or whatever it is you're actually doing. They actually need to get a sense of authenticity, that you care about what you're writing about. You're not just in it for a quick buck anymore. If you are, maybe it's not the right niche for you. Now it needs to be about things that you actually care about, genuinely, you do every day, you love, and you wake up and you want to write about, you want to create videos about, and your audience will be able to see the difference between those.
So ultimately, this leads to a better internet all round, with far better content for us all to consume, you'd hope, and far better results when we're searching for information.
It does, as long as it gets ranked and people can see it.
Yeah, well, maybe this leads us on to... Yeah, go on.
I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else do you think is going to be happening? Or what was another big point for you this year? Before we look forward, let's look back a little bit more. Apart from AI, what was a big thing that you learnt, or a new tool, or just something that happened this year that was a bit of a game changer for you? Doug?
Biggest tool that changed the way I work is
It might not be a tool. It might be something you learned. It might be, I don't know, a guest you had on that told you something that was eye-opening. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, so Descript, that's one where it's awesome. I do all my video editing, audio editing. It's amazing. They're adding more features, so that's pretty awesome. The other is just looking at longer timelines. And there was a couple comments in the chat here, and I think we can have an edge in different areas. We can be, maybe a little smarter. Maybe we get a little bit lucky. Maybe you're patient. And I happen to be pretty patient, and I'm not that smart. And I could work a pretty long time on something without a ton of feedback, and I think that works well. So I'm not too concerned in the super short term, but it was very apparent this year where, like, if you look on a little bit longer timeline than everyone else, like, I can make much different decisions and not be in a rush, and it's great. I would also recommend, on that note, like, people go to in-person conferences as much as possible. Like, I met Jamie, I met half of you guys, but basically you can make awesome connections, and it's so much fun just to hang out with people in person, and you could really, again, set yourself apart and make those connections where you can network and opportunities will come up. And I've seen that happen again and again.
For sure.
And now a message from our sponsor, Affiliate Gathering.
Yeah, there is an event on next year. We'll talk about that shortly. But there's been some great events this year for sure. And I wholeheartedly agree with what you said, that the getting out there and meeting people face to face and sharing ideas and sharing a drink and just generally hanging out has been very, very valuable. And then because you can take those connections with you when you're going online, because we've all talked about EAT and stuff, how that's a very important factor, especially when you're building a brand and want to add credibility to your content. And, you can pull on those connections that you've made in the real world online and, get links, go on other people's podcasts and build your reputation that way. Jamie, you've been out and about a lot this year as well in terms of meeting people and drinking and events and all that kind of stuff.
Drinking.
Yeah, you don't have to drink, do you? But I think it does help sometimes. That's when you get to share their real secrets, huh? What have you learned this year? You must have learned a whole load of stuff with all the people that you've been hanging out with. Was there anything that stood out for you?
I think I came into the game as a more like I was comfortable with content. Because it's easy, you sit at the laptop every day and you write, or you outsource it and you edit, and you know what's like the meta is pretty standard. As long as you know intent, you can identify that and how to place things and how to structure things, how good content reads. That's all right. But I was drawn to it because I was comfortable with it. It didn't involve doing anything uncomfortable, like asking for links and doing all the other stuff. And like when I met more people, and all the top people don't spend a minute talking about content, it's just links. That made me think, like, okay, if I want to be one of the top people, I need to focus more on this stuff. And I've been lucky in that we just got like natural links, but now like it's a more of a focus than content. And that has been the biggest change around, like, I was trying to build stuff that I hoped Google would, like, based on like,
would appreciate, because Google asks for the quality content. That's what they want, right?
Or just generally more like idealistic in that, like, oh, if I do this and it's a great thing and I've done it for the right reasons, then it will get rewarded eventually. And it wasn't a very business savvy decision. And the more I stop caring about the things that I should care about, the more money gets made. And so like I'm just, it's KPIs and business goals. Like I want to make X, so I do Y based on what's testing and just analyzing what's working in the SERPs and trying to anchor towards those rather than what editing something to be concise and like read slightly better in one paragraph 2,000 words down, because I know that that's a correct piece of fact that everyone else has wrong but is not being rewarded as such. I'm spending my time in the right places. And so it was really like when I've been speaking to people that are immune to these updates and are crushing it and like are 5 levels above where I'm trying to go to, and aligning myself with that mindset. Not trying to be negative. It's just like there's a difference between being a passionate person that's putting out new information that's like too new to be understood, and just doing the things that a signal-based algorithm will identify as a green flag.
Yeah. So it's basically doing what works, that's been tested to work, rather than what you think should work, because that's what maybe the guidelines or whatever tell you to do. Interesting. So links, basically, that's the message there. Next year, big on links, right? That's what you're going for. And I guess they're quite easy to measure in terms of the return. You spend money on links and you build some links, and then you can see whether that's had a positive or negative effect.
Yeah, but not just links for like, oh, I buy this one, or I digital PR this one, or I buy this niche edit. But like in terms of like the signals and what that represents as well, like where are your authors written, like where are you, like how optimized is your crunch base, have you got a rocket reach profile, have you got a zoom info that leaks, have you indexed all of them? So like the trusting is based on the links, but like not just for like relevance's sake or for authority's sake, but like what that represents in terms of the signals for your brand and for your authors as well.
Okay, interesting. Ron, how's your internet? I like the use of the word putrid.
Terrible. Yeah, everything I see on video is delayed. Everybody's laughing like 10 minutes like earlier than everything you guys are laughing. The audio is good though. So yeah, my apologies. I don't know. Like I said, I had to move offices and I gotta mess with this thing.
So what is that? Just your home Wi-Fi is playing up or something?
You guys fine. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. If I knew, I'd fix it. I'm going to have to fix it and figure out what's going on. But I can hear you guys fine. So
it's 2024 where Ronnie's now.
I know, right? You'd think by now I'd figure this out. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's got
that much of a delay on it.
But
that much of a delay.
I'm just mesmerized. Yeah, I'm just mesmerized. I'm looking at Doug's background here. At least I have Doug's background to take me away. It looks good.
I mean, Doug's up in the mountains and he's like in crystal clear 4K, smooth as a baby. Wow. I'm not talking about Doug there. Maybe he is.
Been moisturizing. Yeah. Thanks for noticing.
Smooth as a baby, Doug. That's what he said.
Ron, did you learn anything of significance this year that made you stop and think?
I hate Google.
You learned that. Okay.
No, for this actually started in 2020. So I was building out my own site, the 1 Hour Professor, when I did a lot of guest blogging and stuff. I apologize. I don't even know who was just talking because I could never see. I think it might have been Jamie. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But so I learned in 2020 that, and I think a lot of people don't realize how much of a cesspool like link building and all that really is. There's so many big brands doing things, and I won't doubt anybody. There's so many big brands doing things that are frowned upon by Google and exchanges and this, that, and the other. I'm just learning more and more. For a long time, I was very like what they would call white hat and, doing everything by the book for Google and being like, I've got to appease the Google gods. And now I don't do any of that. I still will, create good content, whatever, but I'm not afraid to try different things. And like, I was very strongly against AI for a couple months. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go all in on it because I saw that it was working. So I just learned, I just don't trust a lot of the stuff Google says because they say so many things. And honestly, so much of it is just to steer people the wrong way in things. And it's not what actually works. So my suggestion, if people are looking for what works, get on Twitter. Someone earlier was like, who's on Twitter? Get on there. Because some of the best people I think in this industry are in there. And you can learn.
And they share some good stuff on there, right?
Oh yeah. No, there's a lot of really good, I don't talk all the time on there or post, but I consume an obscene amount on Twitter. And there's so much that I've learned on there from people who are actually in the trenches doing it. So.
Yeah. A big thing that I learned, was it this year, maybe the year before? When we think about link building, everyone thinks about the way that Google want you to do it. You build relationships, you write good content or create good content in general, and people then naturally link to it. And then maybe you do a bit of outreach and try and negotiate someone linking to you, or maybe you offer a guest post and all that process. And when it actually comes down to how people really build links, you just basically buy them, which is obviously a big no-no according to Google, but that's what all the SEOs do. You just buy them. You want to go into a post, you just offer them money. They'll give you a link. That's the easiest way to do it. And that's what everyone does.
You got to be careful with that. But
of course, but that's what everyone does.
It's true. A lot of people don't realize it, and that's definitely not what Google preaches. But a lot of that, like I said, there's so many emails. I still get emails all the time from big brands, not little brands, that are saying, hey, do you want to do a link exchange and things like that? That exists very, very much, whether or not Google will tell you that. So,
yeah, I think Google need a little bit of shake-up, and we have probably become far too dependent on Google for the way that we navigate the web, and I don't think it's had a good impact on the whole kind of landscape of the internet as a whole, really. Okay, we are running out of time already. So just quickly, has anyone got any little snippets from this year that they just want to share in terms of a knowledge bomb or something that they've learnt? And then we'll move on to looking forward to next year quickly.
The one thing I want to say real quick, even though right now everything's pretty ugly, I feel like, in this whole world, I don't think this is permanent for anybody that's like still new and, you know, like losing trust, et cetera, et cetera. I think there's a lot of big changes, and I think that Google's really struggling to figure it all out. But I mean, they have the money to figure out pretty much anything, including buying other countries. So like they'll probably figure this out. They probably will figure it out. It's just going to take some time. So, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. I just think that there's a lot of things that they're trying to figure out right now that they haven't. And I'm assuming it'll get better. Hopefully it doesn't get much worse.
Did you see was it Google? I think they tweeted earlier, or someone retweeted it, that they were basically now asking you to submit when you see something weird in the SERPs. That they kind of seem to have lost complete control over the SERPs. And when you see something random.
Yeah, that's going to be full real quick. That's going to be a big problem for them because there's so many things right now. Like the whole thing is just broken. So,
do you still see? Go on, sorry, Carl.
That pop-up that pulls up when you read an article and says, "Was this content any good?" and you can rate it. I mean, how is that not going to get abused?
Yeah.
I mean, I get the idea that having human signals and humans telling the algorithm whether something's good or bad is probably useful if those humans, as you say, are honest and truthful, which, of course, especially in the SEO world, they're not always. Okay,
but
so...
will it be humans doing it, or will it be ChatGPT bots saying, no good, don't like that article,
Yeah, or competitors. That's an easy thing to game right there. So
yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, how easy is that going to be to manipulate?
It feels like ChatGPT's getting a bit more stupid the more I use it. I don't know what's happening with it. It's weird. A lot of you are using Claude now, right? Is that the
Claude's
hot one?
actually got more stupid though. Like it's actually got I was like championing Claude for a bit, and it's got like way worse, unfortunately.
Is it because users are training it to do stupid things? Is that what the problem is? I don't know.
I think that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. The more people use it, the more stupid it becomes. Okay, so next year, looking forward positively to 2024, is hopefully there'll be no more wars or pandemics, so that we can't obviously promise that. But in terms of business and the internet, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be about business and the internet. You could be about anything. What are you looking forward to or planning or feeling positive about for next year? Let's start with whoever's got an answer, because I see you're all kind of thinking now. Doug, I know you'll have something.
Yeah, I do have something. So I opened up with it, and I'm still focusing, like I said, on digital products. I'm going to come back to YouTube and put some effort into it for, I think, about 2 years. I kind of phoned it in, and I published a lot, but they were long form interviews for me and the audience, but not to grow. So now I'm going to look to grow a little bit. And I'm also starting a new podcast probably in February. So folks, keep an eye out for that. I think podcasts are the way to go. I love the format. I have 2 already. I'm going to start a new one. And there's a little wrinkle. I'm going to do sort of a public case study. My plan is to sell the podcast after, I think, 6 to 9 months, but I'm not 100% sure. So kind of outlandish, completely different, outside of what I've seen people try to do. And there's a high chance for failure. So it should be interesting. But I'm pumped about that.
Sounds interesting. So people just need to keep an eye on your channel and they'll find all this stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. Who's next? Carl?
I'll go. So for me, products, videos, and then services or events. So digital products, affiliate gathering, I'm going to focus on heavily again this year, as always. But then, videos and products, less written information, more videos and product based.
Okay. Do you want to do a quick plug for Affiliate Gathering? When is it? How much is it? And where can we get tickets?
Affiliategathering.com, 10th of May, a one-day event in York, here in the UK. Digital tickets, 69 quid. And in-person tickets, early bird still on till the end of January, 169 pounds. So yeah, it's going to be great. There's a good lineup, fantastic lineup. We've got a few other people confirming. The first week in January, big names in our industry. Everybody will know them everybody must be probably subscribed to them. So yeah, some really good guests already signed up, but there's loads more coming in January. New venue in the same place, still in York, and it's a beautiful venue now. We found a new place, a little closer to the town centre, literally only 500 yards, but yeah, it's more high-tech, more modern, so we can have better conferencing facilities. We can now live stream, which was an issue with the old building. The old building was lovely, but it's very historic with walls like 4 foot thick. So the
not great for Wi-Fi.
Yeah, not great. Not especially when the conference facility is in the cellar, and it's like in the basement. So that wasn't good. Beautiful venue, as you know, but yeah, difficult to do anything technical. So the new venue, yeah, it's very, very high tech. Yeah, a stunning place. So looking forward to it. Plenty of tickets already sold. Lineup's looking good. So I love it. It's just, I mean, it's a whole year of planning, and it's a lot of financial commitment. But it is, for me, it's one weekend that I absolutely love, and yeah, I can't wait to meet up with everybody again.
Yeah, I love it too. You said you got a good lineup. There's a good lineup, and then there's also me.
Everybody loves you. Everybody loves you.
Good. Well, yeah, I'm going to be talking there and be there, and it'll be fun. So do come along. It's going to be great. Okay, Rick, give us something that you're planning or looking forward to next year.
Yeah, first of all, Carl, I'm expecting you to eventually expand over the pond and have some U.S. conferences soon as well.
We have been trying to plan that, so yeah, we have been trying to plan it, but yeah, it is an expensive thing to put on. There's a few people. I think it was Charles Floats cancelled his event because he's realised how expensive they are to put on. So yeah, doing one over the pond would need a serious backer for that. So if anybody's watching who has a pocket full of money they want to invest, yeah, we'll come over to America and do it.
Yeah, I'm disappointed about Charles's event because I really liked Search Birmingham this year. It's disappointing that he's not been able to make it work. But you know, he made the statement that I think he can make a ton of money online without anywhere near the amount of effort or stress or commitment that you have when you're running an event, which I guess is a fair point.
I think it was a bit of everything. Looking into his message, it was, you know, it's the cost of the facilities, all the staffing, insurance, everything to run the event. Plus, then people in our industry have not got as much money as they had previously. A lot of people are struggling with the websites. And then you've got companies that sponsor and back it. They haven't got the budgets that they had before to spend. So, you know, definitely everybody's kind of feeling the pinch. But, you know, even if I do this event and just break even or even lose a little bit of money, I'll still put it on. So I think there's a need for it. I think we all need to have some support at least once a year and, you know, talk about things and back each other up and, you know, offer some words of wisdom.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it and we're very grateful that you do. Okay, Ron, what's big next year for you? You're Amazon influencing quite a bit as well, I believe, aren't you? Is that a big thing, you think?
I wouldn't say I'm doing. My wife is doing that more than I am. I'm starting to get into it more with her.
You're the sidekick, right?
Yeah, it really is like a side hustle type thing. I'm doing more offline, like real estate, things like that. Amazon influencer. I'm not saying that I'm ditching websites completely, but I am definitely taking a step back from that at the moment. We're actually talking, that's one of the reasons I moved my office. We're talking about creating a YouTube channel related to the Amazon influencer thing and products and things like that. There's a lot of moving parts there. So we're considering doing that and creating a brand around that because it's starting to show some promise. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'd say that's probably the biggest thing in the next year, and maybe expanding my family at another point.
Wow.
I think we got another kid that will be trying to get out at some point. So yeah, I'd say those are probably the two things that'll be.
That's a lovely way of putting it.
Expanding. Yeah, well, you know. So yeah, that's what I got going on.
You want to get the set, I guess. You're going for the boy this time, right?
I'm not saying a word because I'm not going to curse myself. But you know what? I'll be happy either way. That's
of course, as long as they're healthy, it's fine. But you know, it is. I've got a boy and a girl. It is nice to have. It's nice to have one of both. They're both. Having one of each gender is different. But of course, whatever. I wish you the best of luck with that because there's that.
I would love if that happened.
Yeah, but no, whatever happens, as long as they're healthy, I wish you all the best. And you know, having a family is probably one of the greatest things you can do. Much more fun than creating a website with AI content. Jamie, what's big for you next year? Which events are you booking up already?
I'm going to be in York. I'm trying to convince Carl to put on a second day with the mastermind like Charles had at Birmingham, because I think it was so good, and I feel like that should be a thing. And I'll help you put it on if you want to do that, Carl. I'm going to be in Vietnam. I'm going to be in Dubai for Charles's event in Dubai. I'm going to be in Thailand for Chiang Mai SEO. And so if you see me at any of those... Oh, and I'm going to be in... Portland in May. I'm speaking at. Oh, I'm not allowed to say that yet. Sorry, no, I can't say that. All right, no one listen to that bit. I've just.
We'll edit that bit out. That's fine. We'll edit that bit out.
Edit that live stream.
Don't. Go
I love Portland. I went to
mate.
Portland this year. I love Portland. So yeah, but you may or may not be there. Okay, let's move on from that. Move on. Theo.
Sticking with my current goals, which is just grow my memberships. I'm inviting other content creators to join my memberships in the same niche and getting them actively involved in just building it into like a bigger brand. That way, when they're doing affiliate marketing for my products on the website, the memberships, they can get involved in the profit share, and they can actually add their own content in as well. So it's like a double whammy in that regard. I'm going to be really doubling down on the YouTube channels. That's going to be a real big focus for me in 2024. And in terms of my advertising / monetization strategies for my blogs, I'm going to be focusing more on news content, like new keywords, not the current keywords that are all out there, more like brand new ones coming in, what's changing in the industry. That's going to be the real focus for me just going forward. Stop trying to compete with the big fish and actually just be one of the new fish coming in, just going for the brand new stuff. I think that's really my focus.
Right. Sorry, Ron's got to go. Thanks for joining. Oh, he's gone. Thanks, Ron. Ron is, of course, 1 Hour Professor. He still goes by that, right? So you can find him. Just search 1 Hour Professor. He does a monthly.
With his Wi-Fi, he should be more like 4 Hour Professor, shouldn't he? Is that
His wife is a big influencer as well on Instagram. I also want to mention that there was a couple of people that were due to join us, but they didn't make it. Phil couldn't make it from Spiderweb. Unfortunately, he had something come up, and Kazra couldn't make it. He was trying to get on, but his internet's not very good. He's traveling somewhere. So that's a shame. The other thing that's a shame is the lack of females. Lack of women on the stream this evening. So it seems that a few of them have dropped away. I looked back at last year's stream and there was more. I think Ariel's traveling, so that was a tricky one for her. But other than that, I don't know.
There is a few new faces coming through though. Nina Clapperton on Twitter. She's going to be at the Affiliate Gathering. She's booming. She's got a YouTube channel as well now. But yeah, she's very successful at what she does. She's a very unique individual. She's fun to listen to, but she knows her stuff. She really does.
Yeah, I just maybe need to make better connections with them so that I can invite them onto my. Well,
all you need to do is put a tweet out on Twitter like I did and said something like, "Where's all the female bloggers?" And my God, I got about 400 comments going, "Why do you have to pull us out individually?" So there are a lot of them out there. They just don't vocally come on YouTube channels by the sounds of it.
Alex,
I want to know why the follicle challenge people are on top and the ones with luxurious voluminous hair on the bottom.
It's just the way that the software does it. I don't know. It's something built in. I need to turn that off.
Yeah,
Alex,
These transplants cost $5,000 each.
Oh, sorry, Theo. Yes.
Alex, what's your goals next year?
My goals is to get back on YouTube more. I've struggled this year a little bit with. I mean, the problem with YouTube is it's great when you are great within yourself, but if you have certain shit going on in your life, it can be difficult to want to put yourself in front of a camera. If that makes sense. With written content, it's easier because you don't have to muster yourself together to create a video. So I'm going to try and get back on YouTube because I do miss it, and I miss doing the live streams, and I miss engaging with the community. And I've been trying to, but I've found that what I've been creating has not been what I feel good enough. So I've not been publishing. But yeah, I want to work on that. In terms of written content, I've relaunched wpeagle.com, which is, that took a while, but I've been creating a lot more written content on that. And I'm going to also go back to WordPress more. WordPress is what I started my channel about and something that is still going from strength to strength. So that includes Popcorn Theme, which has been doing really well, as you know, and thank you very much for helping us with that, Theo, and everyone else that's helped us with Popcorn Theme. So yeah, my focus for next year is trying to get back on YouTube and create some content that goes back more to my roots of the channel, so WordPress tutorials and getting more out of WordPress and that kind of thing. And also, yeah, focusing on growing Popcorn Theme as a product, because we've got some great ideas for it, and obviously growing it as a business as well.
Yeah, the support with Popcorn has been fantastic. It's been, really nice to see the community all, taking to it and giving us feedback. So yeah, appreciate everybody who has.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Tony's on from Simplify Gardening. I wondered if you wanted to pop on for a quick chat, Tony, because I haven't seen you for a while, and I know you've been doing a lot of stuff, but I don't understand if you don't. We've got another 5 minutes. Yeah, do go check out the new wpeagle.com. I've got a video on it, but I'm just waiting for the thumbnail on, and I'll get that up. But yeah,
I checked your website, by the way, Alex. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Looks
Thank
amazing.
you.
I saw it the other
it's
day.
Popcorn, so
Really
yeah,
good.
it's doing well. And yeah, it's come together really nicely. I'm really pleased with it.
Oh, it's nice. Just got on it.
Okay, we're not going to have Tony on because he is in the bath. And that's a great reason not to come on. We try and keep this a family-friendly show. Jeez, that was close. Oh my God, the lights falling over in excitement. So let's wrap it up. Thank you everyone for joining me. I do wish you all the best of luck next year with all your projects, to all my guests, and indeed to all you guys out there that have been watching. Thanks for all the comments. Because I've not been streaming for so long, I've been trying to keep my eye on everything, but the comments have been coming in. So if I didn't respond to your comment directly or your question, then I do apologise. I'm going to try and stream more regularly. They may be earlier in the day though, so like an afternoon stream or something, but we'll see how that works out. Dino asked, will I create a tutorial on how I created the site? Yeah, way more tutorials are going to be coming next year, so don't worry about that. But yeah, thank you all for joining me, and do check out everyone's individual profiles. I think Doug, you know where Doug is. Doug's just look for Doug Connington on YouTube and you'll find him. Carl, again, just search for Carl. Jamie, how's your YouTube channel doing? Are you best followed on Twitter?
I mean, I'll take either, but I'm not that active on YouTube right now. I'm going to get back on it when I can get myself to be more disciplined. But I've got some cool stuff. Like when I'm so like on and off. Like I'll send a 3,000 word email and then like not send one for a month and a half. So I need to turn that into consistency and then just turn them blogs into YouTube videos. So I do more, but I'm not active right now.
Okay, so Twitter's the best place, and they can find you. It's just Jamie If, right?
Yeah, if you get me to 20k, I'll be happy, and nothing will change in life, but I'll be more egotistical. So please follow me. I'm 600 away.
Help massage your ego and go follow on Twitter. And for those of you that aren't on Twitter because you think it's a cesspit of misery and despair, you should come and join, because it is that a little bit, but there's also tons of great information and lots of motivational and inspirational people that are sharing some great stuff on there. Rick, where's the best place to follow you?
Actually, that is my next year's goal, is to actually develop and build a community. So I'm just lurking in the back. So
okay,
but I'll pop on every once in a while, let you know what's going on.
And Theo, where's the best place for you?
Theo Ramwell on YouTube and Theo Ramwell on Twitter. Either of those is winner chicken dinner.
And you are active on both of those, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Publishing some good stuff.
He's doing really well with his YouTube channel. He's really come on with that. So yeah, well done on that, mate.
Thanks, mate. I learned from the best.
Theo, you've definitely got the personality and charisma for YouTube. You've got the and the energy. So it's certainly a good place for you. Carl, let's give you some jingle bells. No, that's not enough. Let's go for a horn. Thank you for that £10 super chat. Really appreciate that. I will go and buy some mince pies with that, if I could. There's nowhere to get mince pies near here, unless I go to Gibraltar. There's a Morrison's on Gibraltar.
I just bought a giant pork pie from York Market, and that was £12. So you just need another £2, and then you can get one of them.
How big is a giant pork pie?
I would say it's about 10 inches wide and about 6 inches deep.
Wow, that's going to keep you going.
Big
Then.
one.
You got some nice chutney to go with that, or something, or mustard, or
oh yeah, Branston pickle.
Branston pickle, delicious. Well, on that note, I'm gonna leave you all. Thank you to all my guests. Let me say goodbye. I'm gonna kill you all off now.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah. Thank you. See you later.
See y'all soon.
Okay. So there we have it. Let's end with this this Christmassy music. Thank you all for joining me. I hope that was okay. Some great guests, some interesting thoughts and ideas on what's happened this year and what to look forward to next year. Things are always going to change. That's just the very nature of what we do, and indeed the nature of life. Stuff's going to change, and this year feels like it's been full of changes in many ways, with AI and with the Google updates and just the overall different landscape that we have now in terms of this kind of stuff that we're doing online. But it seems that overall people are feeling positive, and there's still plenty of opportunity out there for us. Do go and follow all my guests on their respective social media. And yeah, I'm going to have some videos coming through to you real soon, and some more regular streams. So I do hope that you can join me on those. Thank you for all your kind comments. To say, if I missed you, I do apologize. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, I think we are still all feeling optimistic. Thank you, Theo. Richest Domains, thank you. Thank you, Wilco Gamer. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Chris, Daniel, Yash, Fruitback Cat. Thank you, all of you. Blog, you will have to watch the replay. I hope you enjoy it. What I'll probably do is I'll clip up some of the stream as well for short content. So do make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss that. But yeah, have a great Christmas, great New Year. Good luck with all your projects, and I will see you in 2024. And I hope that it's going to be a good one. All right, good luck with your sites. See you later.